جی صاحب السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. ایک اور ایپیسوڈ کے ساتھ ہم عارفہ مظفر آپ کے ساتھ,
اور ہم عبد الماجد جمال. ساز-O-Awaz, میں ہمیشہ ریڈیو ساز-O-Awaz کے چکر وہ ساز-O-Awaz میں آپ کا میزبان عارفہ جی کے ساتھ. اور آج کا پروگرام
ماجد بھائی جیسا ہم نے کہا نا, تو ہماری یہ ملاقات جو آپ کے ساتھ ہوا کرے گی, اس میں بہت سارے کمیونٹی میٹرز بھی ہوا کریں گے. ٹورنٹو بہت وائبرنٹ بھی ہے. ٹورنٹو کے بارے میں ہمیشہ کہا کرتی ہوتی ہوں, جیسے زندہ دلانے لاہور ہوا کرتے تھے, اسی طرح سے زندہ دلانے ٹورنٹو. کہیں نہ کہیں کچھ نہ کچھ ہو رہا ہوتا ہے, بڑی گہما گہمی ہے یہاں پہ, اور جو بھی ارد گرد واقعات ہوتے ہیں ہم وہ بھی آپ کے ساتھ لے کر کے آئیں گے, لوگوں سے میل ملاقات بھی کروائیں گے. آج کا پروگرام جو ہم نے رکھا نا, کچھ چھٹیاں بھی ہیں, چھٹیوں میں بچے مختلف گیمز کی طرف بھی جاتے ہیں. ون تھنگ اینڈ اندر تھنگ از کرکٹ ہو رہی ہے اس وقت.
کرکٹ جو پاکستان, ہندوستان, سری لنکا, بنگلہ دیش, انگلینڈ اور یورپ میں بہت ساری جگہوں سے جو بھی آتا ہے بچہ بچپن سے ہی وہ کرکٹ کا بیٹ ہاتھ میں لیے,
جیسے پیزا بچوں کو گھٹی میں ملتا ہے, جیسے پیپسی کوک گھٹی میں ملتی ہے, اسی طرح ساؤتھ ایشینس کے لیے اسپیشلی انگلینڈ والوں کے لیے کرکٹ ہم کو گھٹی میں ملتی ہے. اچھا جی, کرکٹ کے بارے میں آئی ڈونٹ نو آپ لوگ کیا سوچتے ہیں, مگر میری کرکٹ کے بارے میں یہ ہے کہ کرکٹ کا میچ جو ہے نا, فائنل یا سیمی فائنل, اٹس اونلی بٹوین انڈیا اینڈ پاکستان.
انڈیا اینڈ پاکستان,
دیٹس ہاؤ آئی لک ایٹ اٹ. ماجد بھائی,
اور اسپیشلی آپ جب پاکستان سے باہر رہ رہے ہوں تو پاکستان اور انڈیا کا میچ بھی
نو, پاکستان میں بھی یہی صورت حال ہے. اچھا جی, ٹورنٹو کے بارے میں جیسے میں کہتی ہوں نا, اٹس بیوٹیفل پلیس. میں بلکہ یہ کہتی ہوں اگر ڈونلڈ ٹرمپ آ جائیں تو آپ امریکہ والوں کو بھی ٹورنٹو ہی آ جانا چاہیے. آج ٹورنٹو میں ایک اکیڈمی ہے, اونٹیریو کرکٹ اکیڈمی, اور اونٹیریو کرکٹ اکیڈمی کو ویری نون پیپل جو ہیں وہ اس کو یہاں پہ رن کرتے ہیں. اینڈ مجھے ذاتی طور پہ ان لوگوں کے بارے میں مختلف لوگوں سے میں نے پہلے پوچھا. ایوری بڈی ٹاکس ہائی اباؤٹ دیم. اینڈ مجھے ذاتی طور پہ ان کے اسٹوڈنٹس کو دیکھنے کا بھی موقع ملا, ملاقات کرنے کا موقع ملا. کمیونیکیشن تو نہیں ان سے ہوئی, اگر میں نے پوری کی پوری ان کی چاہے وہ ریڈیو ہے چاہے وہ ٹیلی ویژن ہے. آئی ڈو ناٹ اونلی ورک فار دا کمرشلز. اف دیر از سم تھنگ گڈ آئی آلویز کنٹینیو. یو نو می فار 17-18 years. تو ظاہر ہے آج کل کے دور میں بہت ساری پرابلمس بھی ہیں, ڈرگس بھی ہے, کمپیوٹر کی گیمز بھی ہیں, بچے گھر پہ بیٹھ کے ایک جگہ کھیلتے رہتے ہیں. تو اٹس گڈ ٹو انوالو دیم انٹو سم تھنگ. اینڈ کرکٹ میں مینٹلی بھی آپ انوالو ہوتے ہیں, فزیکلی بھی آپ انوالو ہوتے ہیں, وغیرہ وغیرہ. اجے بھائی, ایک اونٹیریو کرکٹ اکیڈمی کی بات جب میں کر رہی ہوں تو ڈیرک پریرا کا نام میری نظر میں آیا. What a wonderful boy.
Is he? Oh, okay.
So today we have Derek.
Money talks, eh?
Derek is very cheap.
Good guy.
How are you today?
Good, thanks.
Welcome that you came, and I know you have very busy schedules, and I thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thank you.
Derek and Tina and Devi, of course, you guys are with us, and before we go any further, you know, you're wearing such a beautiful jerseys. There's a trend, I don't know if I ever told you, that when you come here wearing beautiful jerseys,
you have to bring one for us.
Certainly.
He's a cheapster.
Just
don't mind it.
You can present in them later.
Okay. I'll be waiting for a long time. Yes, Devi.
It's a deal. I want a suit as well. So.
Yeah, there you go. You know, they got to be an exchange, right? They got to be an exchange. A personality like you.
It's mutual. We can do it.
Yeah,
right.
A personality like you, Devi, coming to our studio. I mean, that is definitely an honor for us.
Thank you. It's great.
This is an honor for us.
Same goes for you, Tina. I mean, I'm not giving you
No, I definitely I am very like میری کوشش یہ ہے کہ خواتین کی امپاورمنٹ کی بات ضرور کہ our women are very intelligent and I say to every woman, اگر آپ پروگرام کو دیکھ بھی رہی ہیں, you are very talented, مگر اپنے ٹیلنٹ کو تلاش کیجئے گا, ایکسپلور کیجئے گا, اور باہر نکل کے you can definitely.
You always
अपने नाम
talk
का
about
रोशन
you
कर सकते
always talk about empowerment of women, and you literally stand for that. And I've always said that you don't need to worry about it. They are very powerful, are they?
Most certainly, most certainly.
And especially when you're sitting with her, you gotta say it, right?
That's right.
Derek, once again, I thank you very much. Would you mind, and I know you have played cricket, very known person, you are the best coach at the moment, and here, in Canada, Canadian cricket team, you definitely help them out as well. My son was telling ICC contacted you in last few days, some time ago.
Yeah.
Would you mind to introduce yourself?
Sure, yeah. My name is Derek Pereira, and I founded the Academy back in 2003. And since then, I guess it's been a total commitment driven by my passion for the game and helping youngsters out. So that's why I'm here today.
And this is something great that you are helping youth. You are keeping them busy in the grounds, giving them sportsman spirit, keeping them away from every bad thing and any bad thing.
From 2003, you started this academy. From 2003 till now, must have a lot of satisfaction for you to see those kids grown up to be good players.
Most definitely. I mean, we've produced some of the best players in Canada. A couple of names: Nikhil Dutta. He's gone on to play for, and he's actually playing right now in the Caribbean Premier League. And Abrash Khan, who's the captain of the Canada Under-19 team at the last World Cup. In fact, he's been looked at by the Pakistan Cricket Board last year. He was there at the National Cricket Academy in Lahore, and he's created a lot of waves there, being that he's from Canada, played his cricket here, and he's at such a level. So pretty proud of all the players that have gone on to play, for Canada and professional cricket. But what's most rewarding is that seeing the kids go through the program, and now some of them are doctors, engineers, they've completed schooling and so on. So it's really rewarding that way to see that.
So here, it is not like back home that they start playing on the roads and then they start the beginning of their cricket careers. Here they come fresh to you. What is something that you concentrate on? A normal kid comes in and says, "Okay, I want to learn cricket."
Yeah, I mean, you said it. The players that from the South Asian subcontinent, from England, South Africa, Australia, they're playing cricket outside at school. Pretty much they're surrounded by it. So one of the things that we find is that we just have to give them more match play opportunities and getting them to develop the game sense, which in other kids from cricketing playing countries, they're developing it on the street. And so that's something we're lacking. So we try to make it fun and enjoyable because cricket is a game which is highly skilled. You have to know how to, there's special techniques for batting, bowling, and fielding, wicket keeping. So without making it too complicated, we try to let the kids enjoy the game first and then build on that interest.
Say for instance now, every kid that I notice, including me when I was growing up, we were, that was a few years ago, okay? That's why she's laughing, okay? We wanted to just smack the ball. That's it. No technique, no nothing. Your bowler is bowling and you just
Street cricket.
Yeah.
You're just smacking the ball.
Yeah.
Is that, you have the same experience?
You know what? I think, years ago, coaches used to try to teach defense and then teach aggression. I think aggression is something natural, and if somebody has it, I think we work with that. And just for instance, the Pakistani team, the reason I think why they've produced some of the best fast bowlers, the best batsmen in the world, is because of that tape ball cricket, that natural ability in players. We have Shahid Afridi, who wouldn't have been Shahid Afridi if he was taught to play defense from ball one. So I think that's really important. Like you said, you like to whack it. If you came over, I'd say whack it, and then we'll work backwards.
The techniques, you mean?
Yeah, the technique can come after that, but the aggression, that's something, the aggression and the ability to hit the ball and having that sort of mindset is natural.
मैं माजिद भाई डेरेक के बारे में देख रही थी कि पिछले 10 साल में डेरेक ने, आप देखिएगा कि कैनेडियन बॉर्न कनाडा में पैदा हुए हैं। इन्होंने अंडर 19, अंडर 23 टीम्स एज 17 साल की एज से इन्होंने खेलना शुरू किया, और बांग्लादेश के एज 18 अगेंस्ट बांग्लादेश 1996, सेलेक्टेड टू प्ले अगेंस्ट इंडिया इन द सेम ईयर। What a wonderful man। और जैसा भी कहा कि एज अ कोच डेरेक ने बेहतरीन प्लेयर्स यहाँ पे प्रोड्यूस भी किए हैं, और इस वक्त भी इनकी जो एकेडमी से बेशुमार स्टूडेंट्स जो हैं वो निकल के अपनी लोहा
When I played in Toronto back in, I won't tell you what year, okay? Please don't
because
ask me
he's
what.
still
A couple of years ago.
No, he's 27 years.
Yeah, when I started, it used to be beautiful, but majority of the players from at that time were West Indians, Australians, New Zealanders, and Englishmen. Okay, they were the players at that time here, because there weren't too many Pakistani and Indians right here in Toronto. But it was a lot of fun, especially I remember King City, where there used to be 8 fields. I don't know how many fields.
Yeah, five grounds. Yeah.
They have 5 grounds now. At that time, they used to have 8 fields. And back in Pakistan, we never used to have, of course, she's from Punjab, so they used to have grass field. In Karachi, we never used to have grass field. We used to have a stone field. So you can't dive there. But here, the difference was King City, you could dive as many times as you want because they were all beautiful grassy fields. What do you think, the kids are very comfortable playing in one of those areas?
Oh yeah, I mean, King City is a beautiful facility. I think it was 2008, Pakistan, Zimbabwe, Sri Lanka, as well as Canada played a quadrangular series there. And it looked like just like any other ground in the world. Beautiful lush grass, and you know the city's been pretty good. City of Mississauga has really been stepping it up with regards to facility development. This year we were lucky to unveil our turf cricket pitches, and that's something very rare in North American cricket, to have actual turf.
Hold your thoughts right there, because these guys are asking me. They said, "Gotta go for break." Okay, so we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, feeding and educating needy children, supplying fresh water to people living in remote desert areas, providing disaster relief to the needy around the world. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
स्कारबोरो दी वाहिद ते मिसाली सुपरमार्केट बटाला सुपरमार्केट 200 मार्कम रोड स्कारबोरो, मार्कम रोड ते एग्लिंटन दा संगम। फोन 416-264-3111। बटाला सुपरमार्केट।
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, a halal food bank serving needy families, delivering food to the homeless, a free clinic for those without health coverage, a shelter for abused women and children. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
जी साहब, वेलकम बैक एक दफ़ा फिर से। और आज हम आपकी मुलाकात ओंटारियो क्रिकेट एकेडमी की जो कोचेस हैं उनसे करवाने जा रहे हैं। मतलब आपको मैं आपकी जवानी याद करने के लिए तो नहीं यहाँ पे।
नहीं, जवानी तो है, मगर you know what, these young people, when they are sitting in front of me, they are cricketers, and I spent all my life in cricket right from the beginning. So उस वक्त से फिर you know, you get to talk about. You guys don't mind if I talk about me, cricket?
Not at all.
Not at all. Yeah.
Yes, Derek, I come back to you. Now, once somebody joins your Ontario Cricket Academy, what is the criteria?
So essentially, we take players as young as 4 years old, all the way up. I think our oldest active member is close upon 60. So depending where
So I can still go.
You're just a youngster, though. So.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so from there, I mean, the younger players, what we do is we've created a pathway over the years where players can come, as I said, as young as 4 and progress through the levels. Now, some players are starting the game as old as 16, 17, 18. There's still a pathway for them to go to the highest levels of Canadian cricket. And it's our ambition to help players enjoy the game and be a part of it for life.
Thank you. We do have, you have a wonderful team and Davy Jacob. Did I pronounce right?
Yeah, with an S at the end. It's close enough though. When I played in India, I was Devendra Kumar Jacob, so it's close enough.
Oh!
You've been called a lot of names.
Yeah, anything is fine.
Call me anything, but don't call me late for dinner, right?
Davy Jacob के बारे में भी ये है कि globally respected and known for from former South African A-team player.
Yeah.
And we are very proud to have you here. And of course, our youth is in your hands, and you are giving them positive energy. Would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm David Jacobs. Been living here for just over a year. I always keep saying I think my dad's still upset because I retired at 32, but I wasn't sure what was going to happen in South Africa. I started looking around because I've got a young family. And I literally just Googled Cricket Canada, and the first thing that came up was the academy. It's the first thing that comes up. So obviously I was very impressed with what I read there and what I saw, and we got into contact. So I thought, okay, I'm going to come here, just do some camps with him. We started talking. We did two or three good high performance camps in the summer. Then I was going to go back, or was going to look for another country to move to. But it was about not even a week or two that I called my wife, and I was so impressed with not just the country, but what this academy was about and how big this academy was. And then I started doing research. I realized it's the biggest one in North America, most successful one. So for me, it was an easy choice.
What's the highlight of your career in South Africa? 200 double century?
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one. I played for 15 years, so there's a lot of things that happen at different times. When I was 18, for example, I scored a big 100 against Sri Lanka's test team, against Muralithan and those guys. So at the time, that was big. Under 19 World Cup was big at that time. But then you do something else later, or you achieve something as a team, and then you think that is big. I think the best moment that stood still in my mind, in my subconscious, probably walking out to bat with Tendulkar in the IPL with like 60,000 people chanting his name, because I loved this guy as a kid. And to walk out and bat with him was just incredible.
How was it? How did you do?
Well,
were you nervous?
I was nervous, and the weird part was I walked straight to non-striker because I thought at least this guy will take the first ball, because I'm nervous. I mean, there's so many people. It's my first big game in front of a crowd in India, and he just walked straight to the non-striker. And I was like, okay, obviously I need to take the first ball here. So the second or third ball, I punch into the covers. I get a single, and the stadium just explodes. And I'm like, I love India. They know it's my first run in IPL cricket. And then when I looked up, I realized they're going crazy because Tendulkar's on the strike.
There you are. You know what? You should have taken the bow.
Yeah. No, it was incredible to play with and against those guys. I mean, I learned a lot, and to be now and to share all this knowledge with Derek and Tina and the academy is obviously very special.
Now my question is, you give them your tricks to the young student in the academy. How do you teach them? So do they understand, and do they take all those tricks?
They do. I think Derek mentioned like each kid is different, and you've got to look at them. For me personally, my approach is just finding out who the kid is as a person, just their personality and their character. Then according to that, I'll make personal or technical changes, things in its game. It's very difficult. You can't just let, like you mentioned, Afridi, his personality is he just wanted to hit the ball. Herschel Gibbs was the same. Now, if you taught them very technically and just focus on their technique, you'll smother them and their personality. You've got to try and find out what the kid is like, and according to that, make small adjustments.
It must be very difficult to teach these guys or try to tell them something, because at that age, they think they know everything.
You come across this?
There is a generation gap. They think that, you know what, hey, you don't know. I know how to play cricket.
How do you come across that?
It's definitely the new generation. It's changed a lot. I mean, when we were youngsters in cricket teams, national teams, and any club teams, like you would carry the bags and you would clean up afterwards, and that's definitely changed. I mean, that generation
They don't do
is
it
gone.
now?
No, and it is a challenge because sometimes they do feel they know it. They don't mean it in a bad way. They really
Exactly.
think they do
Yes.
know what's going on. But it's our job to obviously just work with that again. You know, if you see a kid is very confident, he thinks he knows everything. For me, in many ways, it's a good thing because it's hard to teach confidence because you can't. You've got to build that up over a long period of time. With this, you can work. You can just chip away a little bit, let life and cricket do its thing, which will happen. And then when something happens, you're there to support them and build them up again.
My question is, we do talk about street cricket in India and Pakistan, and I believe same in the Bangladesh. But going to the academy, of course, it does. Academy has certain needs. You have to go with the uniform and with everything. So these are, I believe, fortunate kids. So, do you think learning cricket on the street, they are more aggressive, or even these kids in the academy are also aggressive?
It's more natural, like test playing countries or countries with different weather and climate than Canada. Obviously they play a lot, like you say, outside throughout the year in nets and in the street. So there, it'll be a more natural thing for them. They've got a natural feel, they're more instinctive, they've got a match awareness. Kids over here that grow up here are surprisingly technically a lot better because 7 months of the year they're at the indoor. And I've had 1 year, winter year, and every day we coach them. And it's mostly, obviously, you work a lot on technique because you're inside. So technically kids are better here, but that awareness and just being natural and instinctive, that lacks a bit here because you can't play throughout the year. But we've managed to come up with a few ways. Derek mentioned the pathways and stuff. So for them to, you know, you can't just play till you're 18, 19, like in a test playing country. Then you get a scholarship, you go play university, you play for your franchise and then for your country. Here, sometimes you lose players after that because they have, I mean, you got to make a living. Now, these pathways that we've come up with now is to try and aid them to go from playing for Canada under 19 to Canada national team and to play professional cricket and to be able to make a living from it.
Thank you very much. आपको इसके clips दिखाते हैं और देखिए ओंटारियो क्रिकेट एकेडमी ने क्या कितने बेहतरीन players को produce किया, how they are working. Let's see.
favorite part about OCA is about meeting other people and communicating with them.
My favorite part about cricket is to communicate with others and learn to collaborate with others. My favorite thing about OCA is that we get to play so many games and focuses on our techniques and makes us better players.
And I like to play cricket because I get to meet a lot of new people and get to work with them.
I like OCA because we bat and bowl all the time and it's fun. OCA is to develop my skills by learning from the coaches.
My favorite part about OCA is the PRCL tournament in the summer where we get to play a lot in the real pitch outside.
Go OCA!
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, feeding and educating needy children, supplying fresh water to people living in remote desert areas, providing disaster relief to the needy around the world. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
स्कारपोरो दी वाहिद ते मिसाली सुपरमार्केट बटाला सुपरमार्केट 200 मार्कम रोड स्कारपोरो मार्कम रोड ते एग्लिंटन दा संगम फोन 4162643111 बटाला सुपरमार्केट.
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, a halal food bank serving needy families, delivering food to the homeless, a free clinic for those without health coverage, a shelter for abused women and children. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
जी साहब, एक दफ़ा फिर से खुश आमदीद। और आज का प्रोग्राम यकीनन हमारा क्रिकेट की नज़र। टीना, you know what, the best for the last. I understand you have best players beside you and the best coaches beside you.
Indeed,
and
yes.
I think you are the backbone because you coordinate with everything and you manage everything. So, about your academy.
Yes.
Please do let us know. टीना,
Sure.
पहले तो इंट्रोडक्शन हो जाएगा। टीना बड़ी प्यारी शख्सियत है, टीना क्रिस्टीना नायडू। Yes, Tina. Do let us know something about yourself and about your academy.
Sure. I started cricket with Derek about 8 years ago. I should say I joined.
You played?
I did play for about 4 years, just to encourage the girls in our academy. We started off originally with about 5, and now we're roughly at about 50 females across the Peel region area and the Toronto area.
Let me stop you for 1 second.
Sure.
What age?
Girls join.
From as 4 years old. 4 and up to up to 50? 60.
Could Arfa join you? Cricket?
She's sweet 16. Of course she can join.
I never, even in my joke, I always say the right thing. I am 56 years of age.
Wow.
He is 70, but he says he's 27. Come back to the cricket. So this means you have girls also who join cricket.
We do, as young as 4 years old. One of our players that started with us about 13 years ago, when she reached about the age of 10, 11, Derek had asked me to get more involved and start this women's league so that we encourage her more, because now she was getting older and she didn't want to come out to practice as much. So at that time, I guess, she was her and amongst a few other girls. There weren't many females playing, and they looked around and said, how come there's no girls team specifically for females only? Mm-hmm. So at that point, I got involved, no clue how to play cricket.
But you learned very well.
I did, and I had to learn it quickly. Luckily for me, my father played soccer at a very high level, so I came from a sports background. I played other sports. Cricket was very new to me, so I had to pick it up quickly, learn the game, learn the rules of the game as well, and it was a lot of fun.
Tina, when we talk about the cricket, of course, there are some gadgets, equipment needed for,
yes.
And I'm told that one of the best supply place Ontario Cricket has. So you manage that as well.
Yes.
What do you have over there?
For cricket equipment, everything. From balls and grips to bats and cards, everything that we can provide, even for ladies and for men, right? Mainly it's men that do play cricket here in Ontario. We are trying to encourage more females to get out there because I'm sure there's a lot more out there. It's just with the South Asian community, there's a lot more challenges for them, especially as they get older, right? So.
You know what? Challenges mean, मैं उर्दू में ये कहूँगी कि भाई देखिए जी, cricket is the best, cricket and hockey. इस लिहाज से अच्छी कि खेलने में sportsman spirit मिलती है और अगर नहीं तो हथियार भी आपके पास
But the thing is that,
जमाल जैसा बंदा रास्ते में आए तो
you know, Arif, again, you're going to say you talk about you, but Derek and Davy, you must remember when you were kids, people like my age at that time who were playing, we never used to have no helmets and nothing. Like, you know, just a couple of pads and.
But you never had car belt as well. No. With the passage of time.
Well, at my age, we never
so.
used to have cars. They invented after that. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, that hasn't changed really. It's just it's one of the requirements now in the academy.
It's our safety.
To protect, yes, exactly.
It's our
protect
safety.
parents and their children. Right? So
You're right.
it's important.
You're right. Any message for, because we want to see you in field, and any message for the parents and those who want to become best cricketers?
Most definitely. First, I'd like to add something to Tina's program, which is the women's, girls and women's program, and that's something we're offering for free for women. So
Yes, I did forget to
most
mention
well, yeah, that's probably the biggest thing.
Let's go join it. It's free.
Right. Did you say free?
Free, absolutely free.
For the ladies team.
For me. For
Yeah,
you.
girls and women's cricket
I can
is absolutely
dress
free.
up like her. Would you allow me?
We'll have to see your ID card. As well, we've have a partnership with the Canadian Tire Jumpstart Foundation.
Yes.
You see, because our thing is, obviously we want to provide cricket programming for everybody, irrespective of financial ability or inability. So what we've done, Canadian Tire actually offers an amazing program where if you apply, you can go online to Canadian Tire Jumpstart and apply, and they cover, I think they cover the academy fee in total. So it's a really good thing.
Any way they can, do you have any website where people can go there and they can see it?
Sure, yeah, OntarioCricket.com. That has all the information that you'd need to get started. You can contact us directly from the website. So yeah, get in the game, as we say.
Get in the
And don't
game.
forget Ontario Cricket Academy. This is something कि sometime होता है ना कोई benefit के लिहाज से बात होती है. No, we try to pick up best things from the community और उनको आप तक पहुंचाना हम अपनी जिम्मेदारी तस्वुर करते हैं. And that's what we brought in.
That's what we brought in. And do we have more time? Or
What about the? What do you think in the what is happening in England? Who will win?
Oh, it's actually it's at the balance
Before
right now.
you say anything, we both are Pakistanis.
No, he's half Indian.
I mean, I think Pakistan, the way they're playing right now, and with the inclusion of a couple of players like Mohammad Amir, and then you have the experience of
Misbah-ul Haq.
Misbah.
Wow.
Look at that, 42,
Wow.
scoring 100 at Lords, incredible. And I mean, Davies played with most of these guys, so he knows what
Did
they're
you play with
what they're
them?
about.
Yeah, I played against them a few times over the years. When I was really young, I played against Akhtar for the first time, and I was dying there. Like the fastest thing I've ever faced in my life at the time. Probably still to this day, because anything over 150 is just crazy. But the one thing I remember after the first couple of times I played against him was just, I remember I was saying to my coach, like, I really do believe they are the best players in the world against spin. Because I'm a wicket keeper, and just standing there watching these guys, Yunus Khan and Yusuf, all those guys were still playing.
Yeah.
And just how easy it was for them to, bowlers that I'm used to, batters struggling against, how easy it was for them to just work them around. It's just incredible. And to sit afterwards and chat to them about it and get ideas was really amazing. And
Who
now,
was the toughest bowler against you?
in terms of spin, probably Murali. I think he was really difficult. And the two fast bowlers,
Muralidharan.
yeah. But the fast bowlers, I think Akhtar and Sean Tate. Because guys like Brett Lee and Steyn Donald, those guys have good, clean actions. So you've seen the ball. You would see the ball clearly from the start of the run-up till they bowl. But Akhtar and Tate, you just think they want to
Shoaib
kill
Akhtar
you.
was
So-
amazing, wasn't he?
No, he's unbelievable. I mean, you can't, if he was in his spell in a good rhythm, you can't play him. It's impossible. The
What do you
best
say about
players-
Imran Khan?
Sorry?
Imran Khan.
Yeah, I mean, he's a legend. I mean, he's incredible. We've got a good friend Shehzad Mohammed, whose father and his grandfather, all Pakistani legends in Pakistani cricket, and they always talk, or he always told us how they would talk about him. I mean, incredible.
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, feeding and educating needy children, supplying fresh water to people living in remote desert areas, providing disaster relief to the needy around the world. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
स्कारपोरो दी वाहिद ते मिसाली सुपरमार्केट बटाला सुपरमार्केट 200 मार्कम रोड स्कारपोरो मार्कम रोड ते एग्लिंटन दा संगम फोन 4162643111 बटाला सुपरमार्केट.
Years ago, an elderly immigrant couple dreamed of serving the poor, a halal food bank serving needy families, delivering food to the homeless, a free clinic for those without health coverage, a shelter for abused women and children. Since 1993, we've been serving people in need. Muslim Welfare Center. Service to humanity is service to Allah.
Yeah, we have a great connection with the Muhammad family in Pakistan. That's the grandson of...
His son is also, grandson is also teaching these days.
Yeah, well,
he's playing.
He's played for our club, and he came and coached last year as well.
What's his name?
Shehzad Mohammed. And
Is it Shoaib Mohammad's son? Or?
Shoaib's Mohammed's son, yeah.
So he was also part of Ontario cricket. He is part of Ontario cricket.
He is part, and he may be coming in for the latter part of July to play the T20 portion of our season. So we're all looking forward to having him here. He's a great character. And,
but he never played for Pakistan, like, you know.
No, he's currently playing first class for PIA.
Yeah.
So I guess these are the steps he'd have to take, and he's got, I mean, big shoes to fill.
How old is he?
He's
25.
25. Yeah.
His grandfather's highest personal score is 499.
Yeah, Hanif Mohammed. Wow.
Unbelievable. Only Lara beat that, 501.
Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. The whole family is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It runs in the family, and they're, you know, they're,
Best
they're,
of the
they're
best. And we are very lucky to have three of you here. And I wish, by the way, what is the future of Canada cricket?
Right now, the reality is that we're in Division 3 after having played 3 World Cups in a row. So it's a sad time. However, I understand that there's a lot of good things happening, a lot of good changes being made in the domestic structure. And hopefully, you know, we can see over the next 2-3 years that, you know, Canada is back up at the World Cup level. But we, you know, I think one of the main positive things that are coming out of this is that the juniors that have been coming up through the structure are going to be standout cricketers. And we have full confidence that over the next few years, with some of the great players coming out of our academy and other clubs, that Canada will be back up there.
Derek मेरे साथ हैं, Tina मेरे साथ हैं, और Davies मेरे साथ हैं. Davies, of course, you played many years with all the living legends and old legends and everything else. Derek, let me get back to you and ask you one thing about, see, I'm just comparing it to where I came from, South Asia. There, when somebody is into cricket, right after 18 and 19 years old, they start making money. So they have a something initiative that, you know, okay, you know what, if I
join as a
cricket,
profession.
Yeah, but here you don't have that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the struggles, like David mentioned earlier. Players getting up to the World Cup level, playing under 19 for Canada, and then right after having nothing but club cricket here locally. That's why we've created pathways. We're working on new pathways for players to be exposed in different parts of the world where cricket is a profession, can be taken as a profession. And that really means literally throughout the world. We've started through 1-7 Sports Ventures, and this is opportunities to play in Pakistan, in India, in New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, England, throughout the world, literally, bridging that gap that we have here in Canada and USA as well. So I mean, number one, we for all our students, we tell them number one is to take your studies, seriously. Whether you're going to play professional
Derek,
cricket or
you
not.
yourself did masters.
Yeah,
in masters in sports science.
Sports science, yeah. So I understand how valuable it can be, and the uncertainties of playing sport. You can be injured, you might just be overlooked as a player. So you have to have some sort of backup plan. But the players that are serious, we are creating pathways for them to play professionally and play in different parts of the world. As well, I think the way things are moving here with the South Asian community in Canada and USA, we will probably see a professional league in the next 5 to 10 years, certainly.
So banks are also banking their money on it.
Yeah, I mean,
Royal
RBC,
Bank.
CIBC, they've been involved. I'm involved with an initiative which is CIMA Canada, which is the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. And for the last almost 10 years, they've been providing a scholarship for players to play in UK for a month. Last year they went to Sri Lanka. This year they'll be going to Trinidad. And CIBC is a big player in that, in helping these kids to get that opportunity. So we're going to see more and more corporations getting involved.
What about the government?
The government, yeah, definitely. I think what our national board has had to do is show that we are credible. Cricket in Canada is a viable thing, and it's growing, and that the board is serious about the game, and monies are going to be put in the right place. So I think by doing that, the government's going to become more and more confident, and they'll have to step in.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Devi. Thank you, Tina. And I'm not going to call you Anita. Tina and Derek. I thank you all so much. And we'll see from now on till the end of the show, we'll see a lot of a glimpse of what you guys are doing. And of course, we must have a lot of glimpse of you too.
Pretty good ones.
Pretty good ones, eh? We thank you so much, and we'll see you next show. Allah Hafiz.
its citizens to stay inside their homes behind locked doors. Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined.